1 year married versus 40 years married.
Yeah.
We've been married for decades. They've been married for 1 year.
1 year.
So,
Different seasons,
yep.
same institution,
Yes.
same lessons. Tonight, 2 generations of marriage meet at the table.
Yes. We met. I tell you.
We did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love ain't perfect.
But truth keeps it real. Charles and Melendia.
Just keeping it,
Just keeping it real.
in love.
What's up, fam?
What's up, man?
I just keeping it real with Charles and
Melindia.
Yep. All right, we're excited today to bring you special guests. We got J Star and we got Nella, and as you know, she's been our mentor and coach with my 7-figure podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
yeah.
and he's also instrumental in the space as well with my 7-figure, with media and other things. Quite a bit of it. So we want to have a conversation today. We want to talk about, as we do, marriage. That's our thing. And even people desiring to be married, but married. So right now we're looking at 1 year and now a few months. And so we want to share and hear this story. Because I know with us, 40 years, we tell our story. But we're also interested to hear other people, and we want to hear your experience.
Yes, yes. And that I've said, people go with, oh, wow, 4 years. You're great. Wow, we're trying to get like y'all.
She said, no.
True.
We learned something.
Give us knowledge is what I'm asking for. Yeah, for
But
sure.
we learned that, marriage is not always about the amount of years that you've been married.
Yeah,
It's not the quantity, it's the quality.
yeah.
So you can be married for a year and some months and have more quality than we at 40 years.
Come on, you preaching at the beginning. You preaching at the beginning. Come on. Come on.
It was around, 40 years, it's the one.
Yeah.
We acknowledge that marriage is a journey. It's not a sprint.
Yeah.
Don't think you're gonna get there fast and you got that thing.
Right.
But I can say, and I have I don't think on this roller coaster with nobody else. But it's been a journey, and we've had quality time. Have the quality time, but had to learn to get there.
Yeah.
So, what we're interested and would like to impart our knowledge and your knowledge to our listeners out here, for people that are looking to get married, people that are getting out of terrible relationships, people that are divorced, or people that are even married. Understand that it's not about trying to get out.
Right.
It's trying to work it around what you have. Because I don't know about y'all, it's rough out there.
It's ghetto. It is the ghetto.
Did you say it?
It's the ghetto.
It's real ghetto. So, I told him before, I go somewhere, I'm going to snatch you. I think
You want to die, I'm dying. I'm coming with you. I'm coming right with you.
you up in my phone.
Must be my child thing.
The only way we going out.
Yeah, so we'd like to start off actually to get you all, tell us a little bit about you guys. Tell us about Nella and
J Star. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
tell us a little about yourself.
You always push it to me. So we met in 2019. We used to do network marketing. So I'll kind of speak from my point of view. I knew that my wife, and I had told God that she wasn't gonna be from Baltimore. I just kind of had a feeling like my wife's not gonna be from Baltimore. And then when I got into the network marketing company, it was travel, it was fun, it was money. And this was like the first time for me where I was really learning personal development, like reading books, becoming a better you and things like that. So all of it was brand new to me. So the mindset for me was different. And I was like, I've never experienced this kind of environment. Just different people who just wanted more out of life. And I remember telling God, like, I'm gonna meet my wife in here. This was 2015 though, right? So I remember being like, this is dope. This is different. Fast forward 2019, we have a travel party where we show the presentation and new people and stuff like that. And at one of our mentors' house, who's also my best man in our wedding. He actually just celebrated a birthday. We was telling him, like, if it wasn't for your house, we wouldn't have met, right? So anyway, she comes walking in. She was invited by one of our mentors in the company.
Another mentor.
She walked in. Now, at the time that we met, I was in a relationship, 3.5-year relationship. You know, I knew it wasn't working out, but I was in it because it was comfortable. It was easy, is what I knew. Now, when I say that, I thought, well, she's cute, right? Like, but I didn't act on it. I wasn't going to act on it. She said, you know, so I'm trying to play it cool. And when I say that, I just like, you know, I just kind of was like, all right, whatever. And so we met that way. So met in 2019, at this event, kind of, you know, we talked, you know, just being like cordial and stuff like that. And then maybe a month later, I went to an event in Philly called Made in America. It's like a big festival they have in Philly. Those same friends, we go to Philly. Hey, I'm gonna be in your city if you want to link. Let's link up. Da da da. So we link up. We take like an Uber to go to the festival. Now I was invited by my friends who only had one ticket, right? So now I'm kind of stuck. That's what was that, right?
Yeah. You had, so you skipping a few things.
Okay, go ahead.
Spending quite a bit thing.
Okay.
So going back to the day that we met, mind you, I'm pregnant at this time. I'm pregnant with our daughter, and I am going through it. I'm going through heat flashes. I am like dealing with yeah. I'm going through heat flashes, and he's like, "What is wrong with this girl?" But the rest of the day, we were entirely inseparable. Like, we went to the movies that right after the event. We had went out to eat. The whole time we sat next to each other. It was no.
But it was us and friends. It wasn't just like her.
But we were still inseparable. Like,
because I don't want nobody to be like, yo, he just said he was in a relationship. And he want to tell you, it was a group of that.
The energy between us, you could tell there was something. Right. There was something. And then so we went, he told me they would come to the festival. And so at the time so he came to Philly with our friends, and they only had one ticket, like he said. And so I parked my car. We met at my grandmom's house. And my grandma, she calls me and she's like, because I didn't tell her I was going to go hang out with a guy. And so she's peeping through the window and everything else. And she called me. She's like, who's that car who's that guy you just got her? I'm like, Grandma, calm down. So then we get to the festival, and I wasn't able to get a ticket. So they went in without me, and then we met up later and went to go get cheese. Because of course you can't be in Philly and not get a cheesesteak. So we went down South Street and went and got cheesesteaks, and now you can watch.
No, continue.
And so while we're in the line is literally wrapped around the building for the cheesesteak. If y'all know Jill, best cheesesteaks in the city. Yeah. And so we're sitting in line and we're talking. And right then I told him, mind you, it's only been a month.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, you're the man I prayed for.
But he was crazy.
He really did. He's like, you tripping. You got a whole baby in your stomach.
You don't even know me.
And he was like, and I know who I knew the bottom of Yeah. And so he's like, you tripping. And so, but then ever since then, it's been history.
Yeah. We changed. So we went from the situation was different. I never dated a person with kids before, and that was intentional. Like, I never wanted to play daddy. So when that happened and when she told me, first I just got out of the 3.5-year relationship. So my mind wasn't who's next or to be in something long term. It was just like, all right, now you don't feel like you wasted 3.5 years, but you kind of like, all right, now you're starting over, right? But I had already told God, like, whoever's next is gonna be my wife. So I was already kind of like mentally there. Like, so when that happened, I was like, yeah, it definitely wasn't gonna be this way. You know what I'm saying? Because I've always looked at for me, I've always been like, I'm gonna get married, then I'm gonna have kids, and like I've always had like my plan, right? So fast forward, she goes through some situations at home. She needs someone to stay. She calls me. I say, come to Baltimore. We'll figure it out. Now I don't know why I said that because I was living with my mom at the time. So figured out was crazy, right? Like what are you doing, man? You know, so get it sense. His mom was about to be like, yeah, she can stay here because that wasn't happening. So I had a hotel connect, and she kind of helped her with that for a couple months, whatever. Then one of my friends rents out rooms in her home. So, and then this is all God because like the person that ended up moving out was the first person that was the longest tenant that she had. So they happened to just be moving out when she needed someone to stay. Hey, I know you normally vet your people, but I got a friend that needs someone to stay. Like, and she's 6 months pregnant, you know? And she's like, all right. So she ended up staying in Baltimore for a year. And my mom
Around the corner from him.
5 minutes from where I live. It's so crazy. So I was like, all right. So that kind of started the foundation for us, right? Like if she doesn't live in Baltimore for that year, I don't think we are where we are right now. So we kind of started building that friendship, that bond, and so on and so on. Now, at the same time, she's still trying to be with the boy, and I'm still kind of like, nah, I ain't ready for that.
He literally told me, "You're not ready for me." He was just like, "You're not ready." And at the time, I was like, "Boy, you might not know who I any one of these up out here, ignorant at all." But I was going through a lot. I was going through a lot with her biological father. I was going through a lot mentally, emotionally, and going through depression, all of these different things. And he was right. I wasn't ready at that time for that relationship.
Yes.
Thing I want to say in that too, I did want to just gloss over the fact of
a man, the brother standing up, to even take on and even consider a relationship with a woman who's pregnant. And with that, because a lot of times men run away, even if it's their child, a lot of times they do. And that's the thing. I want to say, commend that.
I appreciate you.
And a matter of fact, this week we met it. I had doing work in a house. He had told us that he had 6 kids. They say, but none of them out. They're not us. So yeah. So, and he said, look, these kids, they are my children though. And I say, boy. And I told him the same thing. Man, I commend you, bro. That's rare. So, definitely, I'm going to back off.
No, you should.
I tell you, but, oh, man. Boy.
Because
I did say, Nella, that's
It is.
like listening to you say that, like, I don't want to say I was running.
Yeah.
What I didn't want to do.
Yeah.
What I didn't want to do it, and I felt like she wasn't understanding where I was coming from in the moment. I didn't want to play with her feelings or baby. Right. I wasn't going to tell you something that I wasn't sure I could live out. Because I'm like, hey, if this don't work, I got to be prepared to be daddy forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't going to be like, all right, well, we know more, so see y'all later. That's not my character. You know what I'm saying? So I had to kind of make sure like this was something before listen, it will be to the point where like for the first couple of years, I wouldn't even hold the baby. I just didn't want to.
He was so cold,
man.
It was funny because when I so we had just came back from vacation, and the day after we came back from vacation, something told me to go to the hospital. I didn't feel anything. Nothing was like physically, I didn't feel like anything was wrong, but something just said, take your butt to the hospital. Went to the hospital and they were like, no, you're good. Sent me back home. The next day, something's like, go back to that hospital. Went back to the hospital and they were like, we need to induce you right now, or else this baby's not making it to the weekend. And he was the first person I called. I'm crying my eyes out. I'm like, they're about to. He's like, all right, I'll let you know if I'm gonna come. I'm like,
Listen. It was so much at one time. It was once again, I was just in this long relationship. And this is like right after. Like this isn't no year after, 2 years. This is right after that situation. And she's like, why aren't you understanding? Or why won't you? I'm like, bro, it's you and baby. Like no matter what you say, I have to be prepared to take it all. Right. And I didn't want to play with her. I just didn't want to do that. I felt like that'd have been like false and
Grimy.
Yeah, grimy and disrespectful. Because now what happens is I tell you all the things that you think you want to hear, and I give you all that stuff. In the moment I'm like, nah, that's too much. Now you want to break my windows and you want to go crazy. And I'm just like, you know what I'm saying?
You got a point.
So you know what I'm saying? Like now that and she's beautiful, she's beautiful, right? So like I could have been that guy. Like, well, yeah, like I heard I'm saying do what I gotta do to get what I want, right? But it was more to me than that. So maybe like we going through it, we built that foundation. What I started to realize is that she was adding value that I never had before from a female. Now I would see that, she would want me to be like, we'll have friends, we'll go out. Once we started getting like close, they'll be like, hey, well, what is it about her? And I will always be like, her mind is so crazy. Like that's what I'm attracted to. Like the way that she understands business, the way that she's very analytical, very structured. And for me, that's like so simple, right? Like, yes, the looks is there. And I've always been like, getting a pretty chick ain't really never been a problem, right? So I was looking for more than that. I was looking for substance. So once I got that, I was like, the value became different. It was just like, oh, you need this? That's done already. You need this? That's done already. I'm like, bro, who are you, bro? Who are you? So between, I was 19. So in 21, I was talking to this older guy in the gym one day. And I'm working out. And he's telling me at the time, like, man, I need like a website for my business. And da-da-da-da. I was like, man, my friend do that. My friend do that. Like, she nice. She do that. And I'm just bragging on her. Like, how I do now? Like, I'm her biggest promoter. So he's like, all right, well, you telling me she do, this, that, and the third. I'm like, I'm just talking about her. He's like, you telling me she do this, that, and the third. She check all your boxes, but the only thing that's in the way is that she got a baby. And I was like, yeah, like you sound like her. Like, it's a big deal. This is a forever thing, right? He's like, all right, let me ask you a question. He's like, you think God would have gave you this caliber of a woman and not get you uncomfortable at the same time? When he said it, I was like, oh, and we all saw what he taught. So I'm like, you preaching to me. You preaching to me. And for some reason, it was like, that was the day the light bulb went off for me. I was like, I never thought about it that way. I was like, here am I stuck in my own thinking that my life is supposed to go the way I think it's supposed to go. They say, if you want me, God, lad, tell me your plan, right? So I'm like, yo, who am I to tell this baby no, she only know me? I've always been there. The dude's never been in the picture at all. So we never had to deal with that energy. And I kind of looked at my situation to do a 180. I was adopted when I was 2. I was like, who am I? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is my story. And I wish somebody else, I had somebody, but it was like, I'm about to block what's supposed to be mine because I'm trying to make it perfect for me, right? So from that day on, I asked to be my girlfriend, 21, proposed in 24, got married in the end of 24, and now we're here. Yeah.
You concur?
It's a movie. It's a movie.
But yeah, very, very.
And I was just asking Nella, you concur. Right. You get everything like this stuff.
What are we about to say, baby? You could have said that.
Thank you.
And I can relate in regard to my deceased sister, right? She had 2 boys, and each father, 2 different fathers. Mm-hmm. Each father made that promise that they were going to marry her. Mm. And I saw, as a young sister, I saw the devastation that she went through and how rough it was. Mm-hmm. Even though, it sounds like, God really strengthened you. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you are moving to another city, pregnant, things in turmoil at home, so just having that support that you felt you had a function, you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
But
That's how I don't know where this is coming from, but God, maybe you're telling me something, but I'll just go move on it. And that's what we have to, really do what we hear. And through that story, my sister didn't have that privilege because both of them left her, you know. And of course, there was me and my mother. Now, I was raised by a single mom, single parent. And so my mom here, now she has to raise a daughter that by herself, of course, you know, the sister, but now we've got a second baby coming, you know, so with no father, no baby daddies in there to help, you know, they do what they do and then they out and make promises and then they're out. So, you know, with her, you know, she had little sister and she had mom. So the strength and the power that you had, guided by God, I can only say that. There's only so much more could have happened. Yeah. You know, so by his grace and mercy, he kept you. Yeah. You know, so, and then there's you.
And then there's
They're talking about, I ain't doing that. Preferred, was it a commitment?
It was
You as well?
no, it was never really
He didn't know if he could commit
it was
to the both of us.
it was once again, like I'm grown, right? Like I've intentionally never dated a woman with kids. Just never, right? Like it was never like anything serious because I knew what came with that, right? Like, and I had friends that kind of went through baby mama drama and all. I'm like, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So in our situation, I was willing to maybe lose her if that's what it. I didn't want to be rushed to make a decision in something that I knew I wasn't prepared or ready for at that moment, right? So I needed to kind of go through what we went through. I needed her to show me the value that she added. Like that, those things got me out of my way. I needed him to tell me what he told me, how he told me, when he told me, because it made me wake up, right? And once I was like, all right, okay, I'm really about to miss what God. Okay, God, what are you saying to me? But it used to be to the point where before we even got together, we did a podcast with somebody. We weren't even together. The guy was like doing behind the scenes at this business we were at, right? My friend had a podcast. He walked in and was like, all right, and he walked out. He came back in and was like, bro, y'all together? It's something about y'all. Y'all energy is just different. And I'm like, no, that's the homie. I will always be like, that's the homie. He's like,
It used to be on my nerves when he would say that. I'd be like,
listen, the guy said, I see y'all. He said in a year from now, y'all know. He said something like, in a year from now, like, all right, we'll see. And he just walked away. Everywhere we would go, everybody would say the same thing. We went out to, what was we at? We had that white dress on. It was fire. What was it, a restaurant? Frisco's, Del Frisco's in Cali.
oh,
Delaware.
yeah. Mm-hmm. For your birthday.
The waiter was like,
Your 2-week trip.
yeah, she went
We were
crazy.
even in a relation.
Yeah, she went crazy.
We were not.
He took me on a 2-week birthday trip. That was the value she was. It was just different stuff she was doing. So the waiter was like, so it's just something about y'all. And I was just like, oh, you know. Anyway, so what I was set. So I was
Not after this shit.
It was definitely one of those sailors for me. But what I'm saying is that everywhere we would go, different people would say different things about how our energy. And I was also praying and asking God for confirmation. If this is my wife, I need you to show me. If this is my wife, I hear what she's saying. That's cool. She's supposed to say that. I need you to show me that it's my wife. And everywhere we would go, boom, boom, boom. Then I was like, all right, no more running. You know what I'm saying? And that was kind of what it was. So, and I would tell him, like, look, I need to hear from God. And I would tell her that, like, I need confirmation. So once I got it, it was like, all right. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And the thing you're just like in that fourth, and I know you mentioned you had preconceived ideas and the way you plan things was this not going to be this into, and at times God does things in our lives to help us know, and which I always say I wouldn't do this, and we find ourselves doing the thing and we see.
Yeah.
So you did it.
Yeah.
And a lot of times in those situations, something I see is that the children, when they're accepted and loved in that manner, they end up sometimes looking that father or mother that accept them that way. Sometimes more.
Yeah.
And this brother I was telling you about, he said, "Oh, damn kids love me. They run to me before they run to the mom." And
Look,
Bro.
she got him wrapped around her finger.
and been there
I can't.
with my little girl. I've been there, so I understand. And even to this day,
I can't.
she about 40.
I'm just saying.
Yes,
It don't
listen,
change.
that's that. But yeah. I'm about to say because that is. It's so weird how things start. Because now I'm just like I can't imagine life without both of them, right? But like the bond that we have together is just it's once again nothing but God. But I also told her I said, yo, you got it good, like, and not even on no cocky, arrogant type of thing. Because listening to what you said about your sister, right? I should tell her, I say, yo, like, for you to tell me, like, you the guy I prayed for the situation to be what it was, for the baby father to be like, good luck, and never hear from her, him from again, right? And that was all God just getting him out the way, right? So I could step up and do what I needed to do. But I'm like, who you know can go do that, have a baby, you're the guy and the husband, and get it all. Right? Like for her, there was no gap. There wasn't a year, 2, 3, maybe 5 now, and now she got to figure it out. I was there when it happened, right? Like it was like right away. It was like, all right, well, you can't be there. Well, I got somebody that I'm actually going to marry is going to be like daddy for her. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm like, oh, you got it good. Like that don't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm grateful that yeah, real thing. I'm like, man, you can't tell me God ain't real. It was the way he wrote that script. So, yeah, man. Yeah.
No, so Nella, when you see or you saw that, okay, now he's in.
Mm-hmm.
Where were you going with that?
Let's be real.
I was about to say
Okay.
how real you want me to be.
Be real.
So it took 2 years and some change for him to actually ask me to be his girlfriend. And by then, and we still deal with it now sometimes, by then I felt depleted. Because I'm pouring, I'm showing the value, I'm doing the things, I'm showing you. And he was still so cold almost during those 2.5 years that by the time it came around, yes, I was happy. I'm like, yay, I still love you. I still want to be with you. But now I'm so depleted that I don't have what I had before because I've been pouring without the reciprocation. And so now we're in a place where like we have to, even though we've gone through the dating, and even then, like we didn't really date because we had been friends and around each other for so long. When we got into the relationship, it wasn't a courting or anything. It was just kind of like, okay, we're together now, kind of thing. And then from there, it went to the engagement a year and a half later, and then the wedding at the end of that year. So for us, it's like now we're in this space of we kind of not necessarily have to backtrack, but we are learning how to date again. I'm relearning myself, and we go through our moments. And we actually, so when we did premarital counseling 3 times. 3 times.
I need some more.
Look, and it literally like, so the very first session that we went through, the pastor had said, Nella, you got to put a name on it. You got to put a name on the feeling that you're feeling towards him. And she was like, you're feeling resentment. That's what you're dealing with because you took all this time to pour into him, pour into a relationship that wasn't necessarily a relationship, but what you saw. And now you resent him because you didn't get that stuff back. And you waited and waited and waited. And so now he works hard. He works.
Boy, overtime.
Now he works hard. There are days where it's really good. Like yesterday, I was working over here and everything else. And while I was working, he think he's slick, y'all. He think he's slick. He was mopping and sweeping and everything else up on the floor. And I'm just thinking he just cleaning the house. I'm just thinking he's just cleaning. And then he had took the chairs and put them right here because usually we always plan like date nights on Fridays after she goes to sleep. And we'll go in the room and just kind of like chill out. But then by the time the movie 5 minutes in, we're asleep. So
Ouch.
So I had told him, I said, this is why I wish we had a bigger couch. So that way we can sit out here and just enjoy and cuddle up and things of that nature. So when I was done doing what I was doing, he was like, hey, I set the chairs up so we can stretch our legs out on the chairs and we can watch what it is that you wanted to watch. And I told him this morning, that meant so much to me. Like, it's just the little things.
Don't forget the cookies.
And he baked.
Did I say? She got details. She like to fresh out the oven, you know what I'm saying?
That he had baked cookies and everything, and we stayed up for hours watching, laughing, just hanging out like we used to. And so it was just like moments like that. So we have those moments, and then we have our bad moments. We have those moments where it's like, why are you even breathing that way? Like,
Facts.
You know, those 20
Facts.
something years ago.
Facts.
Yeah.
Well, you're right. Listen, she has this weird obsession with chewing ice, and I hate it. And it's just like crunch, 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 crunch.
See, deal with you.
Oh my goodness, she just loves it. But I now, like yesterday, I actually was cleaning, and while she was working, she did just randomly like, "This is why." Da 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 da. So I then put the chairs that way based off of what she said, just to let her know, like, I hear you, I'm listening. I don't need you to repeat it. Let me be intentional with it. But yeah. So yeah, the ice thing is. Oh, I brought the ice thing up because like I found, even though I may not like it, is what she likes. So I'm also just in a season where I'm just trying to get out of my way of like, oh, I'm not going to serve because I don't want to hear you chew ice. It's what she likes. Okay. And I also know God is watching me. So even if I may not be getting what I want right then and there, I'm reading this book or listening to this book called Husband After God. And it's like teaching you how to like serve even when you don't want to. So there are times where I'm not getting what I'm asking for, but I'm not going to not serve. But then that doesn't make it any better because then she's still not going to give me what I want, right? Now you're just in the whole situation, right? So it's like last night I wanted her to know, like, all right, when you done working, if you want to do this, we can watch whatever you want to watch. Get the cover, get some cookies. Relax.
sleep until like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. Just up, just laughing, having fun, like it used to.
Trying to get that old thing back. Oh God.
You can take off. To be honest with you, I know even the 40
Yeah.
together, I know we sit up sometimes up to 3 o'clock in the morning. He's watching movies. I'm a movie starter.
Okay.
You start and then you finish it. He wake up at the last second.
Hello.
Yeah, I like it. Don't coloring, and we need to get back to doing those things. Just yeah, I know our chairs don't allow because of separations and all.
Yeah.
Probably need to scrap our chairs and oh
Yeah. Oh.
I didn't get more.
Like we was like that told us the other day, so we trying to figure out. Yeah. I'm like, you got to get this desk out here because it's so taking up all the space.
Yeah. So one of the things that we also love to do that we've been trying to do since we got here, because when we first moved down to Atlanta, we moved in July of 2023, right? And we moved down here. So he was in Baltimore at the time. I was in Jersey. Okay. And so I drove the truck from Jersey down to Baltimore, and then he drove his car from Baltimore down here, and I drove the truck. And we went through the whole night. Like the only reason we stopped was for gas. That's it. And then 2 days later or a day later, my mom flew down with our daughter. Yeah. And the next day she flew down with our daughter so she wouldn't have to deal with the ride. Right. And so after that, it wasn't until December when my mom came to visit us. That was the first time we had a date.
I did, yeah.
Since we had moved in.
Yeah.
And we're sitting here on the couch and we're like, what do you want to do?
Yes.
I don't know. What do you want to do? It took us like an hour. But then after that, we started to make Tuesdays while she was in school our date day. So we make sure we either go out to lunch or we go see a matinee or something like that so that we can spend time.
Because she was very, what I found is like in this, my wife is very, you should know what I want without saying it. All right. Is that how y'all work? Is that how you heard? Okay. Is that a woman's thing?
Like, it's been a little spicy here.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, and it's frustrating because it's like, if you just tell me, then I can do it, right? Like, but you should be able to like look at my body language and just know, right? So for her it was like in premarital counseling, like I don't think she knew what her love language was at first. Like I always knew mine was touch, right? Like
That's every guy.
just you know what I'm saying? Just yeah, not yours. Yeah, like that's not your love language.
Well, let me say, I touch more like her. I'm doing more touching, but in the beginning, I did not do
No, what do you like? What does it for you?
do.
Okay.
You know, but in the beginning, like she was more affectionate.
Oh yeah.
Was touching. That's her family.
Okay.
I was sort of standoffish to a
Okay.
degree.
Yeah.
But now, you know, I mean, I do touch you now. Yeah, we talked about.
Come on, give us that. Give us that.
Yeah, because I'm not the touch person.
Yeah. And I need it. And I need it.
Yeah.
Come on.
So what we dealt with was this, like even dealing with family, it was standoff. I didn't grow up like a family hugging and doing that.
Me neither.
Same. We didn't do.
Me neither.
So when she saw it, and at one point, Melendia was still like, I was with my father, get ready to leave, and go out of town where we lived at the time. And she said, "Why don't you hug your father?"
Yeah.
Well, I looked at her like, "What?"
Oh, we don't do that.
Sis.
Well, yeah.
So I just said, "Okay, this is satisfied you." Okay, no, why don't you kiss your father?
Mm.
And I'm like,
Listen. Yeah.
so I kissed my father.
Yeah.
So, and then even with us, we didn't say I love you,
Yeah.
going out. And then now, we're doing more of that because that's her family. They would touch you, they would hug you.
Yeah.
And she was always affectionate. And
Yeah.
that was one thing I was attracted to
Yeah.
with her. So after the years, I've sort of grown down to that. And that's what it is.
It's the norm now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to your point too about knowing what I want
Yeah.
without saying, we went through that stage, and my remark was her. I used to read minds, but now I'm not good at it. I need you to tell me what's up.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And we deal with that, and that's that. It is frustrating because you can't be expected to read minds. You know what I mean? Really, just tell me what it. Tell me, and it's simple to hear. You ought to know. When you hear, you ought to know. Then it becomes a little.
And I think too, I learned through that. So we actually eat off of that. So as much as you should know, because go the head and the finger, but as we grew to learn one another, like, well, we are two different people. We're two different people. And we do bring what we were brought up with into
For sure.
relationship.
Yeah.
We have this baggage that we have to unpack
Yeah.
with each other. So that's the grace that we have to have with each other. So it became, well, okay, I'm here. And even though I might internally be a little annoyed, but if I want what I'm thinking that he should know what I want, I'm gonna have to speak it. That's a communication.
What a powerful conversation tonight.
Really? For part one.
Yes, part one. So 1 year of marriage and already learning the lessons that can take some couples decades to understand.
Yes. And after 40 years
Yep.
here,
40 and a half.
40 and a half.
Go ahead.
One thing we know for sure is this. Marriage doesn't survive on love alone.
No.
It takes growth,
Yes.
humility, communications,
Talk to me.
forgiveness, and order.
Yep. And no matter if you're in year 1, you're in year 20, 40, or 75 plus, like my parents, every couple is going to face the moment that's going to test the foundation of that marriage.
Yes, indeed.
So the real question is, will you grow through it
Will you?
or will you drift through it?
So if tonight's conversation made
Wait,
you think,
Tonight's conversation? Go ahead.
if it made you think about your own relationship
Yes.
and marriage, don't just watch and move on.
No, don't.
Take action.
Take
I
action,
mean
yo.
it.
Yes.
Take action. Healing starts when couples are willing to look honestly at what's broken
Yes.
and rebuild it right away.
And the right way. as
In the
well.
right way.
Yes. So, all right. We want to hear from you. We ask that you drop a comment below. And we ask this question. So what was the biggest lesson from your first year of marriage? Drop it and let us know. Or what advice would you give to newlyweds today?
Yeah.
What is that advice?
Yeah.
And if this episode helped you, then share it with another couple or several other couples.
Yeah.
Somebody you know may need this conversation, not tomorrow, but right now.
Right now.
Yes.
Right this moment. So make sure you subscribe. Follow Jay
yes.
Kerr. Just keeping it real with Charles and Melendia in relationships.
Yeah.
Turn on your notifications, guys, so you will never miss another episode of real conversations with us on Jay Kerr, Just Keeping It Real in Marriage.
Yes.
So with that, don't forget, this is just part 1.
Yes, part 1.
You got to come back for part 2.
Come back, y'all.
Yes, yes. But we got something for you.
Yes. We want to remind you of our ebook promotion, Order That Heals.
It's free.
Yes, a free ebook. So it can help us get our marriages and so we can feel connected again if you're in that disconnected space.
Yes.
So if the communication is broken down or if you're having those same arguments over and over repeatedly, we've been there.
Been there.
Yes. We created something special for you. This is the ebook, Order That Heals.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and it's powerful, and that's just part of it.
Yes.
So this powerful guide will help couples understand, like we do,
Yes.
how structure, communication,
Yes.
respect, and godly principles can bring healing back into your marriages and into your home.
Yes. Right.
Inside, we share practical steps, honest truths,
Yes.
and tools to help couples reconnect like we did and rebuild.
And like we're doing.
And like we did.
It's a continual growth process.
Yeah.
So don't just keep surviving in your marriage when healing is possible.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
So we actually grab your copy of Order That Heals today. You can actually get in the link, put a comment, Order That Heals.
Yes, yes.
Basically, and with your email address, we will send it out.
Yes. So remember, strong marriages, they aren't built by accident.
Absolutely not.
They're really not.
Right.
You know,
How they built.
they are highly built.
Intentionally.
Intentionally.
With some real work.
Yes.
So they're built on purpose.
Yes.
So,
Yes. So, we'll see you next time
For part
for
2.
part 2.
Yes.
So if
Thursday's dose.
Yes.
Just keeping it real.
yes, we hope we have been able to equip couples and marriage-minded individuals with biblical truth, honest dialogue,
Yes.
and practical strategies, so they bring marriages that last and never settle for being roommates with rings.
Yep.
Da-da-da.
Right, y'all. All right.
So stay tuned for next week's part 2 with Nella and J-Star.
Yes, definitely. You will regret it if you miss it.
You will.
Okay.
You will.
Till next time,
Next time,
just keeping it real with Charles and
Melendia in relationships.
marriage too. Yes. All right. So y'all, love you. Peace out. Till next time, we out.
Bye.
Yeah.
Love ain't perfect.
But truth keeps it real.
You do.
Charles and Melendia.
Just keeping it
Just keeping it real.
in love.